Let's revisit how to solve a multi-step equation. As you can see, there's some steps on the left to kind of help you through, and we're going to work through the example on the right. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to distribute, because if you look here, this 3 is being multiplied by the m plus 2. So that's going to give us 7m plus 3m plus 6 equals negative 24. Now, the second step is to clear fractions if needed, but as you can see, we don't have any fractions in our equation, so that we can skip over step 2 and move on to step 3, which is to combine like terms on either side of the equal sign. So if we look on the left-hand side, we can combine 7m plus 3m to give us 10m plus 6 equals negative 24. Now, when you get to the last step, which is using inverse operations to isolate the variable, what you're going to do is you're going to draw a dividing line down that equal sign. So that way you know whatever you do to the left-hand side of the equal sign, you need to also see it on the right-hand side. So the first thing is to move the smaller variable term first if we have two variables. But as you can see, there's no variable on the right-hand side. So what we're going to do then is we're going to move the constant to the other side. Now the constant is the term with no variable. So since we're adding 6, the inverse of that would be to subtract 6. So we're going to subtract 6 from both sides, and that's going to leave us with 10m equals negative 30. And then our last step is, since the 10 is being multiplied by the m, the inverse operation for multiplication is division, so we're going to divide both sides by 10, which is going to leave us with m equals negative 3 as our final answer. Now you can always check to see if you did this correctly by substituting that negative 3 back in for the m's on the left-hand side of the equation. And after you work it out, you should be getting a negative 24. So let's just go through that really quickly. So if we substitute in negative 3 for our m's, and we work this out, it should be a plus right there. This will give us negative 21 plus 3 times a negative 1 equals negative 24. 3 times a negative 1, negative 21 plus a negative 3, and that is going to give us negative 24. So we just did our check, which means we solved our equation correctly.